it's the Dog here, and I'm coming at you with another Dragon Ball Legends video. So as you can see here, I'm rocking the Androids team, and I'm about to fight a Fusions team. So the reason for making this video is to just basically discuss what is the best team in the meta right now. Some people are like, it's Sun Family, some people are like, it's Lineage of Evil, / Frieza Force. I'd say probably more Lineage of Evil, but... and then there's Androids here, and then there's Future, which I rocked a couple days ago with Mai, because I just got her. She's fantastic, even still, even as long ago as she came out. So, as you can see here, Androids are doing pretty well, especially 13. He gets that massive 50% damage buff whenever he's on a team with Androids, so that's really where he shines. That's probably his one downside, though, also, is that he doesn't really function as amazingly on other teams, but he does fantastic damage to Goku units, as you'll see here, and does, like, beyond normal damage to Reds anyway. So, like, that super move was kind of underwhelming, but I crushed this guy pretty bad. So, actually, this isn't technically a Fusion team because it doesn't have Gogeta. This is a pretty annoying team, though. I think I made a video on it. I call it the most annoying team in Legends, just due to the fact that, like, it's got 2 legendary finish units, the 2 battered ones, in my opinion. Just because Goku's got that really busted counter ability, and, you know, Vegito is just Vegito, so I think he's doing really good damage to Goku. Yeah, okay. Because I thought he was going to switch out to Vegito, and he just forfeited. So I screenshot this right here, a second late. But I just thought that was a pretty funny pose. And if you didn't notice, my RP is kind of lower than it was the other day, because I lost like a ton of points, because I just lost like 5 times in a row, and so I was pretty salty, so I just decided not to play for the rest of the day. And actually, there's this one part in here where it was like a solid 2 minutes where I couldn't find an opponent, so I just cut it out, which is why the editing's gonna look kind of weird after the second fight upcoming here. So in my opinion, I don't think Androids are as good as like Sun Family or Lineage of Evil. Honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards Lineage of Evil being the best team in the game, just because full powered Frieza is like a perfect counter towards Super Vegito, who is still debatably the best unit in the game. Goku's a perfect counter to him, though, so we don't have any red units that can nullify endurance. So Vegito has to get him to like low enough health. He has to get like full power Frieza like low enough health to like, I don't know, like 10% maybe, and then he has to do his legendary finish. As strong of a unit as he is, just to nullify his endurance, because that's how much of a defensive beast that Frieza is. Also, 13's ki recovery in this fight is absolutely busted. He recovers 4 ki in the time of his side swipe. Unlike, I think it's like 2 is normally. He recovers faster. Yeah, 17 is also a really fun unit to use. I hate Paralyzed, though. Or whatever it's called. Oh, yeah, I forgot. So the reason I've been doing voiceovers more is, 1, I get really nervous when I have to record and talk at the same time. 2, I play a lot better. Like, if you didn't see my last fight with, I think it was the one with Mai, the Future one. Yeah, my Future team. I got 2 perfect wins. Like, my second and third fight were both perfect wins, because I was just really calm and I didn't have to worry about narrating. So this does not take out his first bar. It comes close. I pressed that too late. That shows how much of a tank 17 is, though. I don't know how he dodged that. I'm pretty sure he sideswiped there, but, you know. Yeah, 17 can tank with type disadvantage. He probably took less damage than the Cell would have taken anyway. just because he's got that 50% damage buff instead of like 40 like Zamasu. Which reminds me, I think it's safe to say that Frieza, full power Frieza, is the new best defensive unit in the game. Just because people are like, oh well, it's Zamasu. So yes, Frieza cannot heal, but when he reduces more damage when he cover changes. This is actually really funny here. 13 survives like until the end. Even though he's at like 4% health or something. I don't know, it's like 2% probably, but like so Frieza can't heal. He does reduce more damage though, and when he cover changes, he's kind of like 17 where he reduces their ki, and kind of like Black 2 where he increases the damage inflicted. So yeah, that shows my point. Frieza didn't use his main ability, so he didn't have that buff to his super. So he actually did less damage to 17, who he had type advantage over, than he would have done to Cell. So yeah, that's pretty impressive on 17's part. I'd say the biggest flaw with this team is definitely not their synergy, just because they have fantastic Z abilities. That ability is really busted. I was like an eighth of a second away from being able to dodge that. So here I think that kills him, yeah. So I win this fight with mid to low difficulty. Yeah, okay. I was kind of like thinking about being a jerk here, but I wasn't going to like drag it out and Rising Rush him, because I really hate it when people like Rising Rush you at the end. Like this morning I had like 2 matches where I think, I was running my future team. I lost 1 match, and then this is my second fight where I was going, Bardock had used like 1 card, I think, and then he brought out Super Vegito with those stupid crits, got my Mai down to like 5%, and then he decided to Rising Rush me after that. I was like, dude, come on, don't be a jerk. Like, I really hate it when people ended off with Rising Rushes. Like, in my fight with Zakashi, in the round 1 of the YouTuber tournament, update on that, actually. I got beat by Spyro. The lag was pretty bad, but I can't really say it's his fault, because we live in different countries. He's, like, European, I think. So, but, like, in my fight with Zakashi, here, I think I cut that just there. In my fight with Zakashi, he won the first round by doing a Rising Rush at the end, which I really didn't like, but I don't know if he could have won without that, so I'm like, okay, that's fair, because if you can win without Rising Rush, don't be a jerk and end it off with a Rising Rush. Also, when you're loading and you see it downloading, that's usually not a good thing, because my first time ever getting banned, like, for the rest of the season was when that happened, and the dude, this is before they added the whole, like, if you quit PvP, so I was already getting like worried here. This is before they added the whole like, if you quit PvP, if you rage quit, a bot will take your place immediately. So, which helped a lot, but not enough in my opinion. But this is before that, so I got banned for the whole season because the dude just wouldn't load. Period. So he disconnected. He's a cheater, which made me really upset. Yeah, so I obviously win this pretty easily. So like one downside, I think, of the Android team is definitely the fact that they don't have a good red Android. So like Lineage of Evil has like a good one of every type, I'd say. So for Lineage of Evil, you've got Pod Frieza / Final Form Cooler. And if you don't have either one of those, you can still run the first form Frieza. Then green, you've got like one of the top 10 best units, Golden Frieza. Then you've got like one of maybe the top 5, Final Form Frieza, and then the full power. Yeah, I meant full power Frieza, and then the Final Form Frieza is also yellow. And what am I missing? Oh yeah, purple. You've got Chilled, but you're not really going to use him that much. He's still usable though. Then you've got the third form Frieza, which in my opinion is better than the Chilled. and then you've got, for red, you've got Metal Cooler, so Metal Cooler is the only, like, good red Lineage of Evil unit, but you don't have any good red, like, Android units. You have 2 good blue ones, the 13 and the 18. You've got, like, 1 good yellow one, but that's, Cell, who's fantastic. You've got a couple of good purple ones. You've got 17, and you got 15. Then you've got, what am I thinking? Yeah, you've got EX17, but you don't have a viable red one. And even EX17 is kind of starting to show his age. Bradical would disagree with me, but I'll show you it's the only red android, like the only Sparky one. So he himself, Perfect Form Cell is not terrible, but basically he's not like all his unique ability does is give him that buff against Super Saiyans, and he raises his enemies like strike costs and stuff, which just isn't really usable anymore. His stats aren't bad. He had like 82,000 strike attack at level 2,498, which is good. It's better than the 17's blast attack, but he just doesn't have any like actual buffs. Kind of like Final Form Frieza. As I showed, he's still usable in my how to beat level 45. He's still definitely usable, but he's not like top tier. So this video is kind of dragging on. To answer the question, what is the best team in the game? Right now, I think it's actually a really good question, or it's a really good thing that we're having this question. It's not like this past meta, which was only Fusion. Like no other team could really stand a chance, and since I don't have Super Vegito, I would always go with Sun Family. Sun Family is still fantastic. It's just really underrated, and you have to be really good to use it, or you just have to know how to use it well. So, what do I think it is? I don't know. It's between like 4. It's between Androids, Sun Family, Frieza Force / Lineage of Evil. I'll make those 1. And then Future, I guess, is 1 too. There are a lot of better Future teams than mine. But number 1, I'd say it's probably between Sun Family and Lineage of Evil. But if you don't have any of those, you can still run Androids or still run Future. Or Vegeta Family is still usable too. And so is Hybrids. So this is actually a really amazing thing. It's not like last season where if you didn't have the 1 or 2, or be like fantastic with Sun Family, then you didn't really have a choice. It's amazing now that we actually have like a good like variety of teams. So I like that. Nevertheless, I'm ALC Dog. If you like this video, please like and sub. I'm trying to grow my channel. And let me know in the comments what you want me to do next, if you like this kind of voiceover stuff. So, yeah, I'm ALC Dog, and I hope everybody has a fantastic day.